Don't tell anyone, but there's a bit of drama in the creative community. This last week, a couple of things happened that I just felt like I needed to talk about. Both of these involve big creators that have big implications on the creative community. Now, I want to be clear, I hate drama, and that's why I kind of stay out of these things usually, but I felt like I needed to share some of my opinions and solutions to these issues. Let's dive into it. All right, the first piece of drama is this map right here by Team Power. It's their Squid Games map, but there's been some drama around this last week. Dumbblind put out a tweet bringing attention to this issue, and then the big leaker Hypex brought more attention to it the other day. Now, the problem with this map isn't that it was created. The problem with it is that it's now in their top most played maps in the hub and being featured in Fortnite. Here's why this is an issue. If you look through Epic's rules for being featured, you'll see right here some rules about copyright infringement. If your creation contains any images, artwork, sculptures, structures, logos, words, phrases that they don't have permission from the rights holder to use in their map, then it can't be featured. But we have a map right here based on Squid Games. Yes, they called it Squad Game, but if you go and play the map, you'll see it's a direct copy of the most popular Netflix show of all time, Squid Game. It definitely uses the same sets, it uses the same sculptures, and if you look at Team Power's YouTube channel, clearly this was intended to be Squid Game. Now, I have no issue with what Team Power's done here. I'm all about recreating stuff in Fortnite, and I love this map. It is so well done. I even made a whole video about this map and another Squid Game map, and I fully support it, and I love that Team Power did it so quickly. The drama, though, is that Fortnite is now featuring this, but they have removed other Squid Games from Discovery, and they're treating this map differently than they are other people. Yes, this is made by Lachlan's team, and Lachlan has a lot of influence and power, but they're getting treated differently than everyone else. And now we're seeing a lot of people in the community really complaining about this. They're asking for Epic to have better community communication, but even more than that, I think people just want consistency from Epic. We're seeing a lot of inconsistencies with what is featured and what isn't, and while the most played is strictly a numbers game here, and it makes sense why this is one of the most played maps in Fortnite. If we look at YouTube, you can see that Team Power's map has 3.2 million views. Lachlan just released another video about it. Laserbeam had a video on his second channel with 2.6 million views. Loserfruit posted about it. CypherPK posted about it. Muselk posted about it. Like, a ton of people have posted about this map. And I should say that I love this kind of publicity for creative mode. This is a very healthy thing in getting more people to enjoy creative mode, come to it, make more maps for it. And obviously this is gonna bring a lot of plays for this map, and it's gonna be played more than all of these other ones. So it makes sense that it's in the top played, but Epic can definitely pop maps out of there, especially if it's breaking the rules of copyright infringement, which I think in this case, it's clear this is a copy of Squid Game. Now, Epic has a history of allowing some things to slide. You remember the Among Us thing where they had tons of maps made that were basically just copying Among Us, and they even dedicated a whole hub to these maps. I mean, heck, Epic made their own game mode, ripping off Among Us without telling the original Among Us creators. So clearly Epic didn't really care in that case. There was the Fall Guys maps that was featured in the hubs for I don't know how long, months and months. So there is precedent for Epic doing this in the past. Like, if it's getting lots of plays, Epic doesn't really seem to care if it's copyright infringement or whatever, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's fair to the rest of the community. I think the issue is here that there's a double standard. So Epic either needs to get clear on what their rules are, or they need to enforce it fairly for everyone. I don't know what I would do if I was in Epic's shoes right here. Like I already said, I love all the attention this brought to creative mode, but it's also a violation of the rules for featured maps. I personally think Epic needs to figure out a way to allow more IP type maps. These kind of things bring a lot of attention to the game mode, and Epic needs to figure that out. But in the meantime, they should play fair. Now, it's up to Epic to do whatever they want, but when they do whatever they want, the community notice, and the community's gonna complain, and there's gonna be drama. Our second piece of drama is actually really interesting. The leaker Hypex brought this to our attention, but this is around the streamer XQC, who is currently one of the biggest streamers on Twitch. He only occasionally plays Fortnite, and recently went in and was just really confused about the new discovery options on Fortnite. Here, let's just listen to what he says, and I'm gonna have to edit out some language because he's not the most family friendly.
I know why the main Fortnite experience, the way that it shows on screen, to know what to queue and what you're queuing, it's kind of complicated. I mean, I'm not a boomer, I'm not a rookie. I've been playing games my entire life, and it's actually kind of hard to navigate the queues. Like, I have no idea what the I'm looking at. Like, I have no clue what is happening. There's so many queue types, so many like squares, and you have to scroll to the side. But even then, the arrow to scroll is like kind of hidden. It's like translucent. Yo, what up, bro? Just odd.
And I kind of have to agree with them. I mean, when you come to the Discovery tab here, it's just kind of confusing. Now, before I go into critiquing the whole Discovery tab, I need to say I am so glad that it even exists. Fortnite has needed this for so long, and I feel like the future of Fortnite really depends on them nailing this, because as it stands right now, it is not nailed. So first, let's just look at kind of why this is so confusing. So this is the top right here. We've got our featured games right above my head. These are all like creative maps, which is cool for creative mode, but also there's this giant image of whatever it is that they're highlighting. The image up in the corner is taking up way too much space. The fact that all of the maps are just like right here in the bottom third is just visually terrible. Like, people don't even really know they can scroll down and find more maps. And just like XQR was saying, the arrows over here are hard to see, are hard to navigate to, and it's just really confusing. And then like the main game modes, you have to scroll down to, and then even like the descriptions are really terrible. Images for those game modes are awful, and then the actual categories down below are always changing, super confusing. There's no way to search these categories, there's no way to organize the categories the way I want, and the whole time I'm stuck just seeing the one category. And then when I find something I want to play, let's say I want to play Endless Reality, I click on it and then it takes me back to this spot. Why am I back here? Then I have to click play again. Like, I have to click so many times to play any game mode. What should happen is when I click on this, it should bring up this screen right here. Instead of having this like little icon, when I click on it, it brings up this screen, and then you hit the play button that's behind my head. That's an easy, quick change you can do, Epic. If you're watching, just take out this little like icon right here and make it so when someone clicks on it, it takes them to this with the description. They can play it right away. So what should this all look like then? Hypex once again had some great suggestions, but this is something he kind of put together, which I actually agree quite a bit with. Now, Hypex isn't some user interface master. I'm sure Epic could hire someone that could make this even better. I don't know why they didn't do that anyways. What if you had like your categories listed on the side? So you could see combat, you could see 1v1, you could see single player, you could see adventure, you could see epic game modes. Everything right there you can just click on easily, and then it shows more maps right here that are in that category. And at the top you have your selected playlist info, or just like the top maps within that category. And then look, there's even a space for that giant image, just a little bit smaller for the current selected game mode or something. And then you just have a whole bunch of thumbnails for the different maps. When you click on it, it brings up that screen with all of the information, and then you can hit play. You even have your favorites and your recently playeds listed right there on the front screen, so you can easily get back to them. Maybe you even have a recommendation system that is powered by some algorithm that recognizes that you like to play combat games, so here's some more combat maps. Or you like to play Mustard Plays maps, so here's more Mustard Plays maps. Now, I realize this is all new from Epic, and they're gonna improve this every day, but the current system is not working, and it needs a major overhaul. Come on, Epic, let's go.